VigilanteWilliamson here with two very simple questions. Did Ryan Garcia quit, and should he have quit in his fight against Tank Davis, where he was stopped by a very devastating body shot? Live, I thought he quit. Live, I thought, oh my goodness, this guy, he could have got up at 8. He got up at 11 or 10 and a half after he was counted out. It looked like he quit. And, you know, the internet and somewhat rightfully said, hey, you know, you haven't taken that body shot. You know, body shots can paralyze guys, and they can. But ironically enough, the people who are saying that he quit are fighters, are guys who have taken that body shot. I've seen quite a few fighters come out and say Ryan quit, and he should have kept going. I think Cesar Chavez, one of the legendary fighters of all time, and say he doesn't want to watch his fights anymore. That's kind of how I felt when I saw it live. I'm not gonna lie. It left a weird taste in my mouth, and it's hard to say that because it's like, you know, that was a good counter body shot, and I know body shots shut people down, but I do think he did quit. I am of that opinion. But like I said, I had two questions. The question is, should he have? Because there's also the reality of he was getting worked. You know what I'm saying? He was getting countered, and he really didn't have a plan. And we saw after the fight that his team was like not loyal, and nobody showed up except his mom and dad to the press conference. I think some random exec from Golden Boy. There's a whole bunch of different controversies that have come out. The whether or not Bernard Hopkins was trying to put testosterone cream on Tank to have him fail a test. We'll see how that goes, because if he pops dirty, everyone's going to be looking at B-Hop. Man, I think he quit, but I also can't help but to wonder if maybe he should have. I mean, yeah, he could have spit out his mouthpiece. I saw somebody, I can't think of the fighter, somebody say he should have hit him with a low blow. Did everything to just stall time, basically. Stall time to give himself more time to recover. But I also think he was about to, if he got up, he was about to get his head taken off, because allegedly he already had an injury to the body before. We saw, again, another member of his disloyal team, apparently one of his sparring partners, come out and say, sorry for injuring you to the body. Well, thanks, guy. We appreciate that. Appreciate your, your support. So maybe he had a body injury. He was like, oh man, I could have had a broken rib. Or he was thinking, it's a 50-50 option, GG's, because if I get up, you're either going to go directly to the body and completely fuck the rib up, or you're going to take my head off because I'm trying to protect my body. So I understand that as well. And we do see guys tap in MMA all the time. And yeah, 90% of the time they should tap. Every orange moon, you do see somebody slip out of a leg lock, or slip out of a choke, or slip out of something where it looks like it's synced in. But, and no one says when those guys tap, oh, you should have kept going. Oh, you should have do this. It's like, oh no, synced in. It is what it is, GG's. And so that's kind of my thought. He could have kept going. Anything could have happened. But it's hard for me to say. I don't think I could have ate that body shot. I don't think I would have ate the shot in a second that Ryan got and somehow got up from. So it's weird. It's like, for him to have been able to manually quit, he has a amount of physical toughness, because I think that body shot would have put a lot of people down where they wouldn't have had the option. They would have been writhing in pain and wouldn't have had the option to get up at 11. But again, I understand it. These are fighters who have said this. Like I said, Andy Ruiz, I know Cesar Chavez, a few other guys. These are guys who have been in the ring, guys who have taken every shot you can think of and delivered every shot you can think of. And they said Ryan should have did whatever he could to continue. He should have, like I said, spit out his mouthpiece, tied up, low blow, whatever he could to extend his recovery time to give himself a chance. That's what they say. I tend to go with the fighters. You know what I mean? I haven't been in the ring. If that's what they think, I understand why they think that. I'm also reminded of Andrew Galata. If you guys remember him, he's an old fighter. Speaking of low blows, he had a couple of fights with Riddick Bowe that ended on low blows because he got disqualified because he kept throwing them. And he was doing well in those fights, but he just self-destructed. He had another fight with Tyson, Mike Tyson. Yes, that Mike Tyson. And he walked out. This is, I want to say 99 or 2000. So it would have been a later in the career of Tyson, later in both their careers, technically. He walked out the fight. I think it was at MSG. They're throwing garbage at him. But it came out that he had a broken vertebrae in his neck and concussions and orbital bone damage. So it's like, well, you know, it looked bad at the time. And to some people, I'm sure it still looks bad. But, you know, he had a justifiable reason for fighting. But I mean, that said, and this is something we gotta kind of remember, it you know, it does take a different mentality to be a pro fighter. That's just the truth of it. And that's been a criticism of Ryan Garcia. You know, is he just another Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Instagram guy? So we will see how his career turns out. I still want to see Ryan Garcia fight. I hope he can redeem himself from this. Shout out to Tank. All credit to Tank. Gervonta Tank Davis for his win, and he's probably going to be pushed to the stratosphere now, depending on what happens with his legal issues. And, you know, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of ask both questions of, did he quit, which I do think he did. Should he have quit? Maybe he should have. Maybe he shouldn't have. Maybe he should have continued. Maybe he should have tried. But I kind of feel like he was checkmated. I don't really think he was going to come back. But what do you think? If you saw the fight or if you saw clips of it, do you think Ryan Garcia quit, or do you think he should have if he did? Or do you not think he quit? Do you think it was, hey, man, he got hit by the body shot, the better man won, that's it, it is what it is? You tell me. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.